This is the AEW Collision August 30th, 2025 full show results video, which takes place at 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The show started with a match between Daniel Garcia versus Blake Christian. As soon as the opening bell rang, Jon Moxley was on the apron speaking to Garcia. It looked like Mox offered advice for the match, and that Garcia was receptive to the message. Christian and Daniel Garcia battled in a hard-hitting contest. Christian used dropkicks, a tope suicida, and a barricade backflip to control the pace, mixing in strikes, rakes, and a DDT. Garcia fought back with heavy chops, a neckbreaker, and countered a dive into a guillotine choke, spiking Christian to secure the decisive victory. After the match, Toni Schiavone questioned Garcia about Moxley. Garcia refused to reveal details but declared he's been chasing Moxley for 5 years and challenged him for next week. Wheeler Yuta accepted on behalf of the Death Riders, warning Garcia, and reminded him that Moxley already defeated the real American Dragon, drawing crowd chants. Backstage, Lexi Nair interviews the conglomeration without Mark Briscoe. Roderick Strong angrily yells, "Kyle," upset that Kyle O'Reilly is teaming with Tomohiro Ishii. O'Reilly defends Ishii, reminding Strong he has saved them multiple times. He then questions the Don Callis family's unity, declaring the conglomeration is the real family that sticks together. The next match happened between Kyle Fletcher and Josh Alexander versus Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii. Kyle O'Reilly and Alexander start the match with technical exchanges before Ishii and Fletcher enter, trading stiff blows. O'Reilly applies a cross arm breaker on Fletcher, leaving him bloodied, but Alexander interferes to regain control. After high-impact sequences, including Alexander missing a moonsault and Ishii landing a brainbuster in German suplex, momentum shifts back and forth. O'Reilly locks Alexander in an ankle lock, but he escapes. Ishii and O'Reilly double-team Alexander, nearly securing victory, but Fletcher makes the save. Outside Chaos allows Fletcher to trip Ishii and hit a low blow behind the referee's back, then Alexander finishes with a piledriver for the pinfall victory. After the match, Roderick Strong makes his way out as O'Reilly checks on Ishii, who is down on the floor. We then head to the back, where we see Jamie Hayter attacking Thekla. Hayter is laying it into Thekla as security breaks it up. Thekla then takes out security and takes down more security as additional security runs in to break things up. We then head to another backstage area, where Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne are talking, and Killswitch shows up to confront them, as Killswitch is who Sabian was looking for. Sabian then gets in the face of Killswitch and blames him for the loss against Adam Copeland. Mother Wayne then tells Sabian he needs to take a walk. The next match happened between Hologram versus Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal and Hologram start with chain wrestling, exchanging holds and counters before Lethal gains control with a backbreaker and repeated slams. Hologram fights back with quick roll-ups and near falls, but Lethal responds with a suplex and forearm strikes. Both men trade high-impact moves inside and outside the ring, with Hologram hitting a big dive. Lethal attempts the King's Elbow but misses, allowing Hologram to target his leg before Lethal counters with a figure 4. Hologram escapes, blocks the Lethal injection, and hits a backstabber. He then delivers a spinning slam, dropping Lethal to the mat for the hard-fought victory. After the match, the lights go out, and we get a vignette of what looks like an evil version of Hologram. The phrase "clone activated" then appears at the end. Backstage, Ricochet said he has not forgotten how MVP embarrassed him. That's why he made an example out of the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door. MVP threatened that his team would crash through the gates to hurt them. The next match happened between Alex Windsor versus Ashley Vox. The match starts off with both women locking up. Windsor then pushes Vox, who fights back, but is shoved down. Vox then nails Windsor, who recovers and suplexes Vox. Windsor then picks up Vox and drops her with a sit-down powerbomb. Windsor then applies the sharpshooter, and Vox quickly submits. After the match, Toni Schiavone interviews Windsor about Mercedes' comments. Windsor calls Mercedes a pissed-off little woman and reminds everyone she already made her tap, and can do it again. She says she once respected Mercedes, but now challenges her to defend the TBS title in Philadelphia, vowing to make her tap again and pay the price. Backstage, Lexi Nair interviews Don Callis and Mark Briscoe. Briscoe complains Fletcher hasn't answered his challenge in 72 hours. Callis says the Don Callis family is busy chasing the world title, but will choose another member to face Briscoe. If Briscoe wins, Callis agrees he'll earn a title shot. The next match happened between FTR vs JD Drake and Adam Priest. The match begins with Dax Harwood and Adam Priest locking up, with Priest taking control early. Harwood counters into a headlock, but Priest targets his knee. Drake nails a moonsault on Cash for a near fall before eating a shatter machine and rolling outside. Priest fights valiantly alone, hitting a German suplex on Dax, but Harwood regains control, delivering a lariat and locking in a Border City stretch, forcing Priest to tap. After the match, FTR stayed in the ring as Cash Wheeler grabbed a mic, calling out Adam Copeland. Cash said this isn't about Copeland but about FTR's legacy, claiming they should already be three-time AEW Tag Champions. He accused Copeland of making everything about himself and promised to end things in Toronto. After accidentally dropping the mic, Dax Harwood spoke, saying Stokely wasn't present and that what could have been a dream match was ruined by Copeland and Christian. He declared it no longer a dream, but a fight between legends of TLC and FTR, vowing to end Copeland and Christian's careers at All Out. We then see the highlights of ROH Death Before Dishonor, where Sammy Guevara picked Rush as his partner to win the ROH World Tag Team titles by defeating the Outrunners, and Guevara is now part of LFI. The next match happened between Juice Robinson vs Big Bill. The match began with Juice and Big Bill trading headlocks, with Bill using his power to counter. Action spilled outside, where Bill slammed Juice into the barricade, but Juice fought back. Back in the ring, Bill hit a big elbow and applied a bear hug before Juice targeted his knee and landed strikes. Juice gained momentum, but Keith's distraction allowed Bill to recover, delivering a decisive sidewalk slam to secure the victory. We then go to the cameras, catching up with Skye Flight, and they talk about how they beat the Don Callis family in London. Everyone then laughs except Top Flight. Darius then says this needs to be taken seriously and walks off. We then get a vignette featuring Gabe Kidd, with highlights of Darby Allin and the Death Riders, and he challenges Allin to a match next week. Darby Allin is skating vignette to donate to a local skateboard park project in Georgia. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and Queen Aminata vs Julia Hart, Skye Blue, and Billie Starkz. The match opened with Toni Storm and Skye Blue exchanging holds before Starkz tagged in, only to be double-teamed by Storm and Mina. Queen Aminata entered, delivering heavy strikes and a suplex on Hart. Storm and Mina dominated, sending Hart and others to the floor, with Mina landing a dive off the top rope. Storm unleashed German suplexes, dropkicks, and a hip attack on Blue, while Hart returned bloodied but determined. Blue fought back, taking down Aminata and Storm, but Storm countered with a lariat, leaving both down. Hart managed a hot tag but was tripped by Mina, who locked in a figure four. Blue and Starkz intervened, yet Stark's blind tag allowed Mina to finish her with the glamorous bomb for the win. After the match, Thekla stormed the ring, attacking Aminata before the Triangle of Madness targeted Toni Storm with thrust kicks, a suplex, and a spear. Hart and Blue then joined in, dropping Mina and Aminata with thrust kicks as Thekla speared both. The faction stood tall as their music played, closing Collision while Schiavone and McGuinness hyped upcoming Dynamite matches. How would you rate this week's AEW Collision show? Tell me in the comments section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and thanks for watching.